Welcome back to Jesse's Storytime Spectacular, my friends. Today we're going to take a little deep dive into the Scream world. Now, Scream 6 was an awesome success, but we all know, after seeing the film, it mirrors Scream 2 a lot, which is fun, especially for us big fans. So, let's go ahead and say this. It's pretty much like they're going to college, you follow the main people who is now Sam and Tara and their friends and the core four now, or what they call it in the movie, uh, which I love. It's cute, super cute. Uh, but basically, out of that core four, we end up with Chad Meeks-Martin, along with Mindy, who are both awesome, great characters. Chad is hard to describe. I mean, they brought him in to Five as like kind of a bro, not really very serious or anything. And he was most of the joke punchlines and stuff like that. It was just fun, right? But we definitely thought he got killed. So when he came out on the ambulance, we were just like, oh, what? He's alive? But the same thing we get with Dewey. Dun dun dun. So these characters are being mirrored, okay? It's not everything about them, but we start with a doofusy kind of bumbly, goofy personality. And yeah, that's gonna shine on because Chad hasn't been like 20 years older yet or anything. So of course he's still gonna be kind of a college jock bro, and like he is in six, which is fun, and that's cool. But there's a lot there's a lot to Chad that mirrors Dewey. Dewey's badassness. Chad really is very much of a protector as much as Dewey was. So you want to go back and forth with that. That's totally relatable. Trust me, guys. That one's a good one. So, if we want to go back and we look at Scream 2, there's all those scenes with tension between, you could feel it in the scenes between Dewey and Gale and their romance. And we feel it in Scream 6 between Chad and Tara, which is, I mean, who doesn't love that kiss moment? It's so cute. And them, like, being all snuggly and, oh man, super cute. But honestly, I felt like they well acted it as well. So not just being snobby about it. Uh, try to keep my cinnamonness on it. But let's think about it, guys. If we're comparing them, I mean, both movies, and pretty much from one and two of their five and six with Chad, and the one and two with Dewey, we really didn't think Dewey survived either movie of one or two. So, we didn't think Chad survived five or six. Especially six. He was definitely not supposed to survive, but that's just my theory. Sorry if you're hating on it. I mean, I love Chad too. I didn't want him to die, but when you get cut up that many times by two ghost faces in that badass scene, that's crazy. Mmm, damn. I did not expect to see him come back out, which is for another video. But point being, they're both protectors. They love to protect their peoples. They both have a bizarre kind of romance that always seems to kind of go back and forth and never seems to be officiated until the end of the movie somehow. A little bit. At least, thankfully, we got the good one in 6. Because 2 was a little meh, and then when they did the thing with 3, I was super like, oh man, that was so cute. But I can't leave 3 into this because we're going with 1 and 2 and 5 and 6. Because it's just like, uh, you know, I'm just trying to give a even comparison here. Uh, I mean, we could compare it to the rest of the films, but 5 and 6 are a requel, and then even further, a sequel to the requel. So we're in franchise territory now. Dun dun dun. Yes, Mindy Drop. I love her. Yes, I do. She's awesome. Um, but I mean, seriously, they're both protecting people and everything, so the personality matches a little bit. Obviously, Dewey wasn't like a party drinker and whatnot that much, but he was a little doofusy in one, and they, you know, had him a little bumbly in two, but only just a tad because they were trying to play that, like, you know, I'm mad at you, Gail thing in the beginning. That, we're all just like juicing for them to be like, oh my God, talk, please. And then they finally do, and you're like, oh, yes. They sat down. Yes, they're gonna talk. Scream 2 was a lot of fun, and I'm a huge fan of Scream 2. I really wrestle with that being one my favorite Scream, honestly. If one just wasn't played so many times for me already, it while I grew up, even though Scream 2 was the first one I went to the theater for, still, one was like on TV all the time. We rented it from Blockbuster all the time. My sisters rented it and everything. My whole family watched it. It was just crazy. It was on TV nonstop. Oh my God, the TV edited version was so weird too. But yes, Dewey and Chad are the same kind of protector dude in the whole thing. And yeah, we gotta give it to them. They're pretty awesome about it. So let's give it up for Dewey. R.I.P. I'm sorry about it, dude. It sucked that we had to kill him off, but I'm glad that we're getting somewhat of a personality back here from a little touch of Dewey in chat. Even though it's funny, we're in deep enough in the franchise to be able to pull that off. But sorry to tell you guys, I'm not on the stew train. I love stew, but just if they bring stew back, it's just too much. All right, but there's too much of this as where you've seen my face, and you guys are sick of me. So enjoy all the video, and remember to follow me on my socials and stuff. And if you want to be cool and donate or whatever, you can. I love ya. It's Jesse Storytime Spectacular, and Jesse is out. Peace.